redo. This video was started like 3 weeks ago and chaos happened, and then now we're back. Maybe back. We'll talk about it. Anyways, this is a TPT mini store review for 4 stores with a twist. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Lorianne, and if you are new or returning, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we're talking teachers pay teachers, and a lot has been happening. There's still more to say, but I'm here. I don't know if you can see him over there. He's here. I had started this video just before the algorithm personalized searching all took place, and TPT tells us it's back to normal. I can't agree with that, because I do a fair bit of buying, and the search is still not quite right. And if you are experiencing weird searching, I can feel him. If you are experiencing oh, turkey. If you're experiencing weird searching, there is a link. I've put it in the last couple of videos, but they need to know. Let them know. But I had started this video a little while ago, and I had what the twist is in all of this is I'm going to be looking at these stores from a buyer's perspective. And what I did was I just chose 4 stores, and again, if you want to add your name to the list, and because I will keep doing these periodically through the year, but I took 4. I opened up each of their stores and just randomly picked a product. And then now what you're going to see me do is I'm going to type in the keywords of that product. They may not be the words I will use, but I want to see if they're going to pop up, because I want to try and write what I would as a buyer probably type in. Many of them, all 4 stores have done a good job of like titles that are searchable. I have done stores where they try and give you these cute, fancy, unique titles, and no one's looking for those. Keep them simple. Keep them keyword packed if possible. So the 4 stores I'm doing are Moon and Star Learning, The Viral Teacher, Mama Owl, sorry, and Mrs. Alami's Classroom. So those are the 4 that I'm going to look at. As I've said, I've picked 4 products, and I'm just going to see where they are. Some of them are actually on the first. When I did this, all 4 of these products had reasonable search results. Then this change happened on Teachers Pay Teachers, and one of them now I can't find. The other ones are fairly close, if not on the same page where they were. So that's good news. Okay, but I'm going to look at them from a buyer perspective and then tell you the things that as a buyer I would look at and I look for. And then we'll look at their store. Okay. I have been a TPT buyer for 10 years. I actually found my first product dated 2012 when I downloaded it. And that's when I was doing middle school. I've got French resources, Spanish resources, music resources, PE resources. I've got all sorts of things. And then, and then I've got a lot of primary stuff, because I'm not always going to make it for myself. If someone's got something that looks reasonably close to what I was looking for, I usually buy it. So I think I have a lot of experience when it comes to buying. So that is why I decided to do this TPT store review as a buyer. Okay. So in a moment, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we will start with Moon and Star Learning, and then we'll just move on to the rest of them. Again, feel free to email me. You can DM me on Instagram. A couple of people have done that. The weird sounds are the cat grabbing onto my TPT box. So let's turn the camera around and get this party started. We are going to start in an incognito window. Actually, I'll just quickly show you that I'm incognito. So if I just bring this down a little bit, here in the corner you can see incognito, which means they don't know, they're not tracking my computer, and therefore they don't know that it's me per se. But the first thing I'm going to look for is a fix the sentence worksheet. Back when I first started teaching, there was a program called Daily Oral Language, and this is very similar to what it was. Now, if I type in Daily Oral Language, I don't know how many people actually know this. Daily Oral Language. All right, and this was the thing where you would write a sentence full of errors and then students would have to fix it, right? And as I'm looking down here, there are 4,000, which is not a whole lot, but I don't know how many teachers to this day still use that language. Oh, Daily Oral Language for first grade. And actually, I didn't put in the grade here. I think it was grade 3. I'm going to type in grade 3. Okay, and I'm not going to find it but again, that's what I would have called the fixing sentences. Okay, so what I will just do is I'll just say fix sentence. Oh, see, now here they go, fix it sentences and fix the sentence. So I'm going to just type in fix the sentence, grade 3, and let's pop up here, and it's 3,200 results, which is not a bad number. If you can get this under 5 or 10,000, you got a good chance of getting on that first page with some sales and reviews. So let's just start scrolling down. Not on the first page. There it is, right there. Moon and the Star. Moon and Star Learning. So they are on the second page, and this is their growing bundle. Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't type in a growing bundle. That wouldn't be something that I know, but I would actually put growing bundle at the end because you want the other words to get in there. And it says grades 1 and 2 here, but it says K to 3 here. You want to be careful about how many grades you pinpoint. My biggest beef sometimes is teachers will say K to 7, and there are some products definitely not K to 7. Okay, like something like this, 1st to 8th. There's a massive difference between 1st grade and 8th grade. Now, this is also under special education, so you got to give it a little bit of leeway with that. But again, I would try to only do 3 grades, 4 at the tops. So let's go to this product, and they have these 3 products so far. The biggest thing that I'm looking for, I don't worry too much about ratings, though I may glance down and just see what has been said and what they said and what the owner of the store said. I do like to see that they are responding to reviews, good or bad. So standards are there. It says 2 resources. I'm going to pop open the preview. You can't look at a preview incognito, but they got a preview. I might open that up later. Now, one of the things you also want to make sure is in your first 200 characters, I think it's 200 characters, you want to do some keywords. So they've got help your students practice developing sentences with these fun fix the sentence worksheets. Each worksheet features a new character and a fun theme for students to practice sentence correction. Okay, that would be pretty close to 200. I would probably highlight or bold fix the sentence, new characters, fun theme, sentence correction. You want to highlight your keywords. It will not make any difference in the algorithm, but for the buyer, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those highlighted words. They've got information how to join mailing list, TPT store link, Pinterest link. They don't have other options of products that are similar. I would probably recommend that. Let's just go take a look at Moon and Star Learning's store. Now, to have 76 products and already have a product on the second page is excellent. I like these. I like the covers. Okay. Now, the only problem with them is there's too many sheets there, and I really can't see what it is. So I think they are putting too many products on here. I'd make these way bigger. The title here is lovely, and this image is really off to the side. It's just there a little bit. Grade 1 and 2, this is all good here. But the middle here, where your content is, I would enlarge it quite a bit. Same with this. This isn't too bad. I would bring kindergarten, 1st grade down, right? You're giving them too much space, and make these make the actual pages bigger. Make them big so that you can be able to see. Remember, people are looking at these on phones, not necessarily on their computer. This one, you won't be able to read the handwriting, the script on a phone. It's too small. I would try and stay away from it if possible. I can't even see the bottom one here very well. So again, I like how they've taken their logo and put it off to the side. Be very careful. Bit emojis are trademarked and they can come after you for this. You really don't want it. You want to remove some of your bit emoji products, even though you might be making money with them. Yeah, they're trademarked, and they, if people buy them and you want to just let that person still have access to it, you might just want to archive it. But yeah, be very careful with this one right here. Bring down your kindergarten, first grade, CCSS, the Common Core standards. Bring them down. They've got too much space. And make your images of the actual content larger. But I think your titles are nice and clear, easy to read. The pop of color looks great. I'm just going to go through some of your wording. So again, this one is questionable. One of the things I like to do, by the way, and this might not be every buyer, but me as a buyer does this often. So within the store, I always look at your profile. I want to know who you are. I want to know how long you've been teaching, things like that. So I will go over to your profile and you have yet to be added, yet to be added, yet to be added, yet to be added. You can get rid of these 4 words on each of those by when you go back into your profile editing, just hit the space bar and it will disappear. There isn't anything about how long you've been teaching, if you have been teaching. So that's always an interesting thing. Maybe this person hasn't been teaching. Also, by the way, the logo, this little bottom thing is almost unreadable. I would make Moon and Star Learning much bigger, even though this is cute. Again, on phones, people can't see any of that. But questions, are they answered? Yep, questions are answered. That looks all good. Okay, good reviews and responses to them, so that's good. But yeah, your store is off to a very good start. Landry. So yeah, congratulations, keep going. The next product I'm going to look for is something for Hispanic Heritage Month. When I originally did this video, it was Hispanic Heritage Month, which is the middle of September to the middle of October. So we are past it now. Let's just say it still was that time, and I'm looking for some posters. So I'm going to type in here, Hispanic Heritage Month. Okay, and then I'm going to actually add posters. Whoops. So I want to put something up in my classroom for grade 8. So I'm just going to quickly scroll down. And again, look at the results, only 450. So your chances of getting on that first page or two are really high. And that's what you're looking for. The lower if words automatically come up here and the results are low, that is something you really want to get a product on. And then I notice Art with Jenny K is like, look at this. She dominates the first page here. Okay, so we're not on the first page. Don't even think they're on the second. When I originally typed this in a couple weeks back, it was on the 5th page. Let's see if it's still on the 5th page. See, that sticks out to me. That's cute. I like that art, that clip art. It's free too. That's always good. Okay, it is no longer on the 5th page. So I'm going to pause the video and see how far down it is. I'll be right back. I removed the grade here and it did show back up on the 5th page, and here it is right here. This is the Viral Teachers Hispanic Heritage Month classroom posters. There's an awful lot on here. I would probably just put 2 on and make them as big as possible because they're competing with a few other products that look almost the same, and it's really hard to differentiate between them. I mean, I would almost have one of these type on the cover as opposed to all of them. I would also bring if it's a low prep, no prep, in the description, I would put it there. Offer to the buyer the reasons why they want this one. Very little work to be done, different things. You've got them, you may also like, there's those. You've got following There are some reviews, and it would be good to respond to them. Okay, and let's go back to the store. One of the things I actually was going to look up initially when I was picking a product, I was going to look up your flip books. And where are they? If I go Hispanic Heritage Month flip books, I would suspect, yeah, look at it's very low. So if people are looking for those, you are right on the first page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you're dominating. 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Now, I don't know how many people would want flip books, but that's a great idea. So you've latched onto something. It doesn't show up necessarily right away with Hispanic Heritage Month, but if someone even popped in the word flip books, you are all over it. So that is great. The one drawback to making something like this is they might only be needed once a year, right? Much like a season. So they're good for a month, but yeah, you've got a lot on the first page for that one. You've got a lot of seasonal stuff. I would probably try and get some more non-seasonal. You're featuring a lot of one-day events or one-season events. Yeah, I like how you got to flip books for a category. Yeah, they're cute. I like the covers of these. The clip art is different, okay? The font is not bad, but I think you could make it a little bigger, even the flip book part. Some of it, because the colors are all cohesive, it's almost hard to read them. And because you've got Katharine Hepburn on this particular one, a big clip art and then a little clip art, I wouldn't necessarily do that. I'd get rid of her because you've already got a picture of her. So you're doing the same thing with all of these. I wouldn't have the same person twice. Done a screenshot here. I would actually show a real photo of it. That would be my recommendation to these. Yeah, I think having the person's too big. They're taking up too much real estate. As cute as they are. Yeah, I would get rid of them, and then I would take the time to take a real photograph of your product and put it on the cover. Sort of like what you've done here. Like this is good. Yeah, I would do it on the cover. That's just personal opinion. But your descriptions are great. You've got some things bolded. I like how you got a link to your freebie. You may also like. Do you have a bundle advertised in any of this? I can't, like I said, I could probably go to my store and see it, but it may already be there. Okay, but I like your flip books. I don't know. You'd have to let me know if your flip books are selling well or not, but they're cool. Let me just see what your profile. Yeah, you've taught teaching style. Again, you can get rid of this by just clicking the space bar when you're in there. As a buyer, I look at this stuff. I also look at your ask questions to see, are you answering the questions? And you are. Because to me, if I'm going to start investing my money into a particular TPT seller, I want to know that they're going to talk to me if something goes wrong. If I see that they're not answering questions or reviews, it's sort of like, no, I'd rather find someone who will. I love this, by the way. Wait, don't leave me. Super cute. Super cute. But yeah, you got a lot of seasonal stuff. I would be doing a little bit more evergreen. And again, I think for some of your products, I would be putting in real photos. There are buyers that want to see the real thing, not screenshots. And I'm guilty of that too. I often do a screenshot, but if you can do the real thing, even do an experiment on some of your products with some real activities or like real photography of your activities and see what kind of response you get with that. Okay, but overall, look at it. You got a lot of products there, Keith. Well done. But yeah, it looks really good. And your titles here are super easy to read. Okay, those look good. I like your covers because they're very cohesive. Like to me, they're easy to, after a while, I would recognize that that's your style of cover. But again, I would just recommend photography for some of these. And often you are using the exact same words, so be careful. Just change them up a little bit more. If you were looking, if you were looking, if you were looking, do you need reading activities? Do you need reading activities? Looking, right? So try some other words just to change it up a bit, okay? The next resource I'm going to look for is grade 5 fractions, and I'm going to do multiplying fractions, grade 5. This one has got a higher results at 22,000, and that's even being very grade specific. We will see if I can find it. I was able to find one of their other products on the second page, but I have not been able to see it since the change. They are not in the top 5. Now I could add the word trivia and see if it shows up now. And now it does show up with 166 results. But it did not show up without it. So this is Miss Alami's, or Alami, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, classroom. And the biggest thing here is it's really hard to distinguish the product because of it's all the same color. If the product is really purple, then I would get rid of this purple. And I find that the cover it feels dated. I don't want to be mean or anything like that, but it feels dated, and because of that, I might think this looks like an old product and I'd skip by it. Interesting enough, under multiplying fractions trivia, you are number 1, but look at the next stuff, Cinco de Mayo, reading, writing, trivia. So it's the word trivia that got you to that first page. So we do have other multiplying fractions on here, but there's a lot of other stuff that has nothing to do with fractions on here as well. So let's just go to your store, and just looking at your featured items here, there's a lot of words on here. And again, people look on their phones, they can't read this. So go for the keywords. And there's too much stuff on this cover. The photography is good. In fact, I would enlarge it more, and I would actually only just call it data. And if someone's interested, let them click on it. You could use the word graph, you could use the word analyze, but don't get into all of the stuff that you have here. Being in Australia, I know the years are important, but when you search up here, nothing comes up for year 5, other than that says year 5 poetry. That's it. So I would use, if you're going to put year 5, year 6 in your product titles, put it at the end, because no one's typing it. Graphing and data analysis here for year 5. Graphing and data is a keyword, right? And that's all I would put, honestly, on the cover. Graphing and data. And you might want to put year 5 in the corner or something like that. But there's way too many words on this product. I'll just type this and see if you come up. And you do. If I get rid of, but look what also comes up. Last week of school, first grade. I mean, it's so random right now. It's just ridiculous. Like, you're coming up with all sorts of things. If I just go graphing and data, which has got, I'm going to have a ton. Yeah, 70,000. And if I put grade 5, I'm just assuming year 5 is the same as grade 5 in North America. It's still got a lot of results, so it'd be harder to rank. And this is your goal, is to rank so that people can find you. And whether your product is focused on curriculum for Australia or another country, you do want to open it up to letting other countries, teachers from other countries might want to still use it. But as far as your covers, simple is better. You don't even have to put all these words in here. Okay, I would just have a really good couple clear shots of your product and fraction bundle. Okay, and I would put graphing and data analysis, and that'd be it. And maybe in the corner here putting year 5 or something like that. So that would be the biggest thing I see on your covers, is bring it down. Like this whole level 1, level 2, level 3 under this, I would get rid of all of that and just use their color by number. I like how you got real pictures. I'd make them even bigger. And metric mass is fine, okay, but I would make it much bigger. This cover with the chevron looks dated, okay? So I would probably pick another background. That, again, this is just my opinion, but I do find that these ones here, it's really hard that you've got the same color background as the product. I would make it all white with a pop of color somewhere, maybe changing, maybe making some of the lettering a different color. I like these ones. These ones are cool, okay? But it looks like you've stretched your logo. I would put keep your logo the proper shape as a circle. A lot of buyers still want to see actual pictures. Okay, this one's a PowerPoint, right? And you might want to put like some sort of watermark across things because people can copy this and just use it themselves. You could also make some of these thumbnails over to the side and then highlight key benefits for the buyer along the edge as well. I was going to check your profile, and you've got lots of information there. That's great. You're answering questions. That's great. And you're responding to reviews. Excellent. That's all good. So, you know, you've got a small store and it's great. You're off to a good start, but I think the biggest thing for you is to clean up your covers. I would put maybe even more time zones. I don't even know if it would show up. Time zones, activity. Yeah, but yours is a time zones, where to go? Investigation. Time zones investigation. Yeah, there it is, number 1. It's not in the search up here, so that means not a lot of people are looking for it. So you'd have to find different ways of drawing traffic to this product, whether that be Pinterest, whether that be your email, if you have Instagram or Facebook, talking about the product on there. Yeah, there's some things you can get started on, and I think, like I said, I'd be careful about this chevron. Okay. Last product I'm going to look for is a community helpers unit, something we do in grade 1 and 2 in my school district. Helpers unit. I'll put grade 1 and 2. There are not a lot, so that's a good unit to consider. So here it is right here on the third page, and the first thing is it sticks out. Now there's no actual picture of the product per se. Some of these pictures might be from it, but I like this. I like the printing go along the side here. I like that this sticks out. The all-in-one would not be able to be seen on a phone. The bottom might be a little bit this pre-K to first would be hard to see as well, but this right here is really good. This is nice and clear. So if I click on that, and one of the things I like about the thumbnails here is you've given some pictures and then you talk about it. What's included? So you're giving some visuals, and you've got everything is included in both color and black and white. You're telling the buyer something about it. And you've got both a PDF preview and a video preview. What's included? You've got some highlighted things, other resources that you would like. It's interesting because you got community helpers and then you got math resources as a similar thing. So unless you mainly focus on math like I do, I think this word typo is, I think this is a typo right here. Other resources you might like because you got editable math student labels, which may not have nothing to do with math, right? So that might just be a typo. You've got your follow store, your Instagram. Let me just go to your store profile. I would probably write a tiny bit more in here. Also, I was going to say, I'm not sure if this, what I was reading this earlier, if this owl is your logo, because you said the cute owl in my logo on some of my products is from Creative Clips. I don't know whether Creative Clips allows their things to be part of logos. That would be a terms of use you would need to find out about. And if this is, you're changing it. So maybe on older products you had that. Let me just see if I can find an older product here. By the way, just looking at these, all they've done is put the first page of your product as a cover. I would put proper covers even for your freebies, because for some buyers, they will download a freebie, see if they like your style and how you do things, and if they like it, then they will buy something. But some of these other products here that you've got, oh, I can see where the logo is. I would redo your covers personally, especially these rectangular ones. These ones here that are showing your first page. With these ones here, I would remove it to a much readable, bold font than a script. And you've got a lot written here. I just make these bigger and let them see it themselves. I'd change these to squares. It's amazing how well your products will do just by changing a cover. I have changed covers and tweaked the titles, and I've had sales within an hour. Let me just go to your first ones. I like this. In fact, I would almost use this as a cover as opposed to this. I like that. I like the real photography if you can do it. And that looks great. Even something like that. That's cool too. But yeah, I like this cover. It sticks out, that pink. This cover I like again too. I like this, the use of color, the way you've got it. Much easier to read. Bingo would be not bad, though you've got the word bingo right there as well. This one I would make bigger. I'd make this picture bigger, give it more real estate. Fry words are trademarked, so you might have to put a little TM there. I noticed this picture is the same as this picture, and they're two different products. You might want to change one of them for sure. Because people will get mixed up and then they get mad at you and you get a bad review. So you don't want that. I'd make this bigger. Take advantage of these images and just blow them up a bit. They don't need to see from top to bottom, because they're cute ideas. A lot of times the words 8-in-1 will not be in the search. If you go 8-in-1, it's not there. So don't use it first in your titles. You can do math centers, that will definitely be there. Addition, subtraction, pumpkin. Pumpkin cart will not be, just say pumpkins or Halloween or fall theme. And then you could do 8-in-1. You could just say low prep math centers, right? Instead of 8-in-1. 8-in-1 they can see on the cover. They don't need to see it in the title because they're not going to be searching for it. Buyers don't go, hey, I'd like an 8-in-1 math center. They're saying, no, I'm looking for low prep math centers. Those are your keywords there. And then whether you say a fall theme, use words that buyers will look for. If you make it too unique, they won't look for it, and then you're not going to be in the first few pages of the search. But again, you've got the same covers. Almost, not quite. The picture is different, but this is the same. The titles up at the top are the exact same. All you did was change a picture. You can't quite do that, okay? But math fact bingos, that should get you something. But people may not say 30 unique bingo cards. I don't think people type words like that. So this is what you're doing, is you got to put your mind in the perspective of the buyer. What will be the words that they will use, okay? So off to a good start again. You've got some good stuff here. I think again, just some tweaking, and I think you will see some better results or more results with that. All right. Okay, there's probably a lot more things I can do, but I wanted to keep these short, and I know doing 4, I knew this video could be potentially longer. So there are time codes down below if you want to fast forward. Maybe I'm reviewing your store. Let me know down below in the comments things that you might have noticed that you would like to say, or maybe words of encouragement for any of these stores. I'm sure they would love to hear about it. next video, and it may not be next week because I'm right in the middle of some parent-teacher interviews and things like that, but I'm going to try and get it. It's on PDF previews. TPT has said very clearly, previews will bump you up in the, the range, whatever, of getting yourself on that first page. So if that's the case, then you better have a PDF preview. They did talk about previews on bundles, but they have since backtracked on that one a little bit. So, but we will talk about that a little bit more, because even as this video is being filmed, more information has been given, and I want to talk about it because, yeah, it's going to affect us all. All right. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or playlist, either one. Go watch them. See ya.